तेरी मेरी गल्ला हो गए मशहूर, करना कभी तू मुझे नजरों से दूर। किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए। जानना है दिल है तो जान दी है तू, तेरे बिना मैं ना रहूं मेरे बिना तू। किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए। काटू कैसे राता ओ सावरे, जिया नहीं जाता सुन बाबरे के। राता लंबिया लंबिया रे कटे तेरे संगिया संगिया रे। राता लंबिया लंबिया रे कटे तेरे संगिया संगिया रे।
Hello everyone, this is Parshuram. Welcome back to my channel Parshuram Official. In this video lesson, we'll be doing the song Raataan Lambiyaan, the trending song from the movie Shershaah. इस गाने में थोड़ा सा ट्विस्ट देंगे. So rather than playing a typical strumming pattern with the chords, I will be playing a fingerstyle pattern here, which I'll break it down for you. And उसी के साथ we will also play a very simple percussive pattern. Now, what is a percussive pattern? I'll show in this video later on. So we'll be blending it with the fingerstyle as well as the percussive pattern, and you will get a very good feel of the song, almost similar to the song, you know, with all those blend of fingerstyle as well as the percussive one. So the song is in the key of B flat major. Okay, so ideally अगर हम capo नहीं use करते हैं, so we will be playing the song using the bar chords. But this video I'll be explaining from the perspective of a beginner as well as someone who is in the intermediate level, and you can use the capo here. So the capo is going to be on the 3rd fret. Okay, so why the capo is on the 3rd fret is, you have on the 6th string you have the B flat note here, which falls on the 6th fret of the 6th string. This is a B flat. कैसे B flat आया? So this is the E string here open. E के बाद you have F note on the 1st fret, F sharp on the 2nd, G on the 3rd, G sharp on the 4th, A on the 5th, A sharp on the 6th, and B on the 7th. So 6th fret can be called with two names, either A sharp or B flat. So B flat is on the 6th fret of string number 6. Now, this is G major chord. Okay. Now I want to play this song in the original scale, which is B flat. I'll have to use the bar chord position here. So अगर मुझे bar chord play करना नहीं आता हो तो मैं क्या करूँ? What I'll do? So what I'll do is I'll put the capo on the desired fret, and I will play the same song in the original scale using the open chord shapes. So ideally this is G major. तो चलिए calculate करते हैं. So ये G है. If I take this G shape one fret forward, what will be the chord? It will be G sharp. That is, G से half step forward will be G sharp. If I take this one more step forward after G sharp, it will be A. After A, if I move this one more fret forward, it will be A sharp, which is also called as a B flat chord. So ideally, if I'm playing a G chord here, my nut is here and my G chord, you have a spacing of 2 frets in between the G as well as the nut. So मान लीजिए इसको मैंने एक fret move कर दिया. That means my nut also moves to the 1st fret. If I move this one more fret, that's to the 5th fret, my nut moves to the 2nd fret. Now I'm coming to the B flat here, which is on the 6th fret. My nut moves to the 3rd fret. So जो capo है, this exactly does the same function as your nut. So what I'll do is I'll put the capo on the 3rd fret and I will play a G major chord shape here. So let's put the capo on the 3rd fret and let's play G major chord shape here. Now putting the capo on the 3rd fret, जितने भी chords हैं उनको मैं open chords के नाम से बुलाऊंगा. So when I say G major, it's not actually a G major chord, it's a G major shape. So G major, C major, A minor, major. These are the 4 basic chord shapes. If you don't know how to play these 4 chord shapes, you can check out this link and you can go through all my videos in which I have explained how to play these 4 open chord shapes. Iske alawa, there are 2 more chord shapes which you will use. One is called as a D sus2 chord, suspended chord. Now, to play a D sus2 chord, you're going to play the D major chord like this, the way you have been playing D major chord. Very simple. You take out the middle finger. So you are left with the index and the ring, and that's D suspended 2 chord. You can look at this shape here of D suspended 2. So this is D sus2 chord. Now this is an optional chord in case if you want to use, or you can also use a D major chord instead of a D sus2. That's absolutely fine. You can also use a D sus2 chord. And the next chord is C add 9 chord. Now to play C add 9, it's almost identical to a G major chord. So in G major, you keep your middle finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and you keep your index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Now, the bottom 2 strings, that's the ring finger and the pinky finger, can stay there. You get this middle finger down to the 5th string, you get the index finger down to the 4th string. Rest, the other 2 fingers stay as it is. Now, this 1st string 3rd fret is an optional note here. So either you can play this or you can leave. So ideally the G shape, the middle finger and the index finger comes down by 1 string. And you play all of them. That's C add 9 chord. So the 2 additional chords are D sus2 chord and C add 9 chord. So now let's look at the right hand pattern here. Now throughout the song, you will be playing, almost throughout the song, you will be playing the pattern which is like this. You're going to pluck the 5th string first with the thumb, with the side of the thumb. Then you pluck the 3rd string, 2nd string and the 1st string all together. So the 5th string, single, 3, 2, 1 together. Now, as soon as you pluck the 3, 2, 1, you go back and slap with the outside of the thumb and the fingers hitting on the strings. So it sounds like this, the first part, 5th string, 3, 2, 1 and chuck or slap on the strings. So it sounds like this, 5, 3, 2, 1, slap. The second half of this pattern is almost identical, except you will be adding one more string to this. That is, you will be playing 5, 4 with the thumb again, then 3, 2, 1 and slap. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if I play both the halves together, it sounds like this. 5, 3, 2, 1, chuck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, chuck. So now till the chorus part, just before the chorus, we'll be till before that part, we'll be playing this pattern. The chorus part, we will be playing the percussive pattern. So let's play the first part just before the chorus, starting from G major chord.
तेरी मेरी गल्ला हो गए मशहूर, करना कभी तो मुझे नजरों से दूर. किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए. जानदा है दिल है तो जान दिए तू, तेरे बिना मैं ना हूँ मेरे बिना तू. किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए. कटु कैसे राता ओ सावरे, जिया नहीं जाता सुन बावरे.
Now till here, you will be playing the same pattern. That's 5, 3, 2, 1, slap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slap. Just for the chorus part, you will be playing the percussive style, which is
Raataan Lambiyaan, kade tere sangiya sangiya. Raataan Lambiyaan, kade tere
this pattern. To play this pattern, you'll be using the wrist position, that's the bony part here, okay, that's actually joins your arm and the wrist here. Now with this part, you're going to play just above the strings here, okay, the bony part of your wrist and arm. So when you play this, the bass here, with the tip of the fingers, that's the nails, exactly from this part of your finger, from the nails, you go downwards and give a downstroke with the bass simultaneously. That is, so both the bass and the strings have to be played together. So once you do this, you come back giving an upstroke with the fingers, giving an upstroke. So upstroke, then go down just below the sound hole with your nails of your middle and index finger. You tap twice, one with the middle, one with the index, middle, index. So it sounds like this. So now let's break down the whole pattern using this open chord shapes here. The first part of the song, just before the chorus, where the percussive pattern comes in. Now I'll be playing it very slowly, line by line, starting from G major chord.
तेरी मेरी गल्लां होके मशहूर,
Go to D sus2,
करना कभी तो मुझे नजरों से दूर.
go to C,
किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू,
go back to G.
किथे चलिए.
Now the second part of the song is the same melody and the same chords and the same right hand pattern.
जानदा है दिल के तो जानदी है तू, तेरे बिना मैं ना रहूं, मेरे बिना तू. किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए.
Now after this, you go to C add 9, A minor and D. Now C add 9, you play the whole pattern once, that is 5, 3, 2, 1 chuck, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 chuck. Now on A minor and D, you will be breaking down the pattern into two parts. That is, A minor, you just play 5, 3, 2, 1 snap. Then you go to D, play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 snap. So let's do it from C add 9.
काटू कैसे रातां ओ सावरे, जिया नहीं जाता सुन बावरे.
Now here, when you end on Bavre, you come to D and just give a stroke and end that part. So you have C add 9, A minor and D. Now after this, you go to the chorus part. Now here, we're going to play the percussive pattern, okay? So I'll be explaining it very slowly. Now this is purely optional. If you want to play the percussive here, you can, or else you can keep playing the same fingerstyle pattern even for the chorus. So percussive pattern, how is it? Now what's a percussive pattern? Percussive pattern is when you're playing a pattern with the right hand in which you hit the body of the guitar to give it a more percussive feel, a very rhythmic feel, beats that you can create by hitting on the body of the guitar. Now ideally when you play the percussive pattern, you get different sounds on the body of the guitar. If you hit here, you get more of bass. If you hit it here, you get more of the snare. So bass. So there's more of a bass sound, there's more of a snare sound, and you're also going to hit the strings with the tip of your fingers. Now the pattern that we're going to follow for the chorus part of the song is like this. You, with this part of the palm here that connects the arm and the wrist position here, this, the hard part, the bony part here, with this part, you're going to hit the top of the body here, just above the sound hole, between the sound hole and the bridge here, somewhere here. Now, when you hit this part of the body, you're also going to get the fingers play a downstroke, okay? So it's going to be simultaneous. That is, when you play this, you also get the fingers down to give a downstroke on the strings. So you get the feel of the bass as well as hitting the strings. So you play this first, Then you just give a downstroke on the strings without hitting the bass. So like bass with strings, only strings. Bass with strings, only strings. So this part is bass with strings, only strings. Now you go down and just below the sound hole here, you give 2 strokes. Now you give 2 hits there. One with the middle finger, one with the index finger. Now you have to use the nails for this to get a very sharp sound. Middle, index. So this whole part sounds like the bass and strings together, only strings, and 2 taps here just below the sound. So okay, after this the second part is exactly the same. You give the bass with strings, give an upstroke, again go down bass hitting the strings, and then give 2 taps. So it sounds like this. So it sounds like this. So when you sing the chorus part of the song with this pattern, it sounds like this. Ke raataan lambiyaan lambiyaan bade tere sangiya sangiya ke raataan lambiyaan lambiyaan bade tere sangiya sangiya. So that was a verse of the song. So now let's go to the stanza of the song. Now stanza is pretty straightforward. You just have 4 lines there. But what we'll do is we will divide these 4 lines into 2 parts. So like 2 lines with one pattern, the next 2 lines with another pattern. Okay. So the first 2 lines, the chord progression that you're going to play is G, C, A minor and D. G, C, A minor, D. Now, how do you exactly play the pattern for the first 2 lines? You're going to pluck the 5th string with the thumb, 3rd string with the index, and then you pluck the 2nd and the 1st string with the middle and the ring together. 5, 3, 2, 1 together. So 5, 3, 2, 1. 5, 3, 2, 1. Now you'll be playing this pattern once on G, C, A minor and D. So it sounds like this. Chum 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 ambrate tare kende ne sajna tu hi chhan mere is dil ka male me sajna. Now after this, the next 2 lines you're going to play the G chord, D chord and the C chord. So G, D and C. Now pattern for these 2 lines will be the same as what we played at the beginning of the song. If you remember, that was 5, 3, 2, 1 chuck or slap, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 slap. That's so let's play all the 4 lines for the first pattern and the second pattern together. Chum 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 amrate tare kende ne sajna tu hi chhan mere is dil ka male me sajna tere bina mera hoye na guzara chad ke na javi mainu tu hi hai sahara kaatu kaise raata o savre jiya nahi jata सुन बाबरे के raataan lambiyaan lambiyaan bade tere sangiya sangiya ke raataan lambiyaan lambiyaan bade tere sangiya sangiya. So that was a full video lesson, complete video lesson of Raataan Lambiyaan. As I said at the beginning of the video, you can play this song. It's a very simple pattern, very quickly. But if you have to get the original feel of the song, you can use all these patterns combined in one song and it'll give you a very good feel using the fingerstyle as well as the plucking pattern, including the percussive style as well. So hope you like this video lesson, Raataan Lambiyaan from the movie Shershaah. Do like the video and subscribe to my channel, Parshuram Official. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.